Rick Perry. I've got 3 Texas stories here. I have a trifecta, a titillating trifecta of Texas. What's a T word for story? Texas tales. A titillating trifecta of Texas tales for you. The first of which, Lewis really seems to like that. He's
great.
making a note of it over there. Texas Governor Rick Perry, who is not really a guy I look up to in any traditional sense, he said at the signing of a new bill called the so-called, kind of nicknamed, the Merry Christmas Bill, he said that Americans actually have no right to freedom from religion. They have a right to freedom of religion, but not from religion. Listen to Professor OBGYN, Texas Governor Rick Perry.
You know, I realize it's only June, but it's a good June. And
let's stop it right there. West Texas fertilizer explosion, absolute disaster. Exposed how the emperor has no clothes when it comes to these claims of less regulation is good. You don't even have the money to take care of what needs to be fixed, to the point where you're asking FEMA for money that they're turning down. But June has been good because you're signing a Merry Christmas bill. Okay, but I'm already, he's losing me already, but I want to continue.
the holidays are coming early this year. So particularly for these Koontz cheerleaders and for students across the state of all faiths who want to freely express the simplest of appropriate greetings during holy days. You know, it's a shame that a bill like this one I'm signing today is even required.
Right.
But I'm proud that we're standing.
It's a shame he thinks it's required. That's really there's a shame here, but it's that he thinks it's required. We'll continue.
Up for religious freedom in the state. Religious freedom does not mean freedom from religion.
And there it is. There is the key line from Rick Perry there on the issue of freedom of religion versus freedom from religion. So again, Rick Perry is dealing with a huge industrial accident, which is the result in part of the lack of regulation that he champions. He has a state that has healthcare, a complete disaster, education's a complete disaster, social services a complete disaster. They're trying to teach abstinence-only education. It's a total train wreck. And he's calling it a good June because, hey, at least teachers will be able to say Merry Christmas in school. He's also just factually wrong, right? If you look at that line, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. If the government does something that leaves you no choice with regard to your involvement with a particular religion, that is an establishment of religion. Therefore, you can, if you can't have freedom from religion as put in place by the government, for example, prayer in public school, a federal holiday on a Christian holiday like Christmas, that is de facto establishment of religion, isn't it, Natan?
I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this. I mean, my understanding of the law is that it says that, you know, students can put up a banner that supports their religion as long as there's at least one other religion that's not that one that's represented. So this opens up the door to trolls. It opens up the door to flying spaghetti monster posters. Hopefully that'll be happening at least in the major cities in Texas. But right. I'm not exactly, I mean, Rick Perry is wrong in the spirit of what he's saying, but he's not entirely wrong on the letter in the sense that it is true that, you know, individuals don't have to, it's not legal or constitutional for them to be prevented from expressing their own religious beliefs as long as it doesn't conflict with the state's requirement not to impose it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with the letter of what he's doing here. It's just amazing that he's considering this such a great month when amidst a total disaster in Texas, he's just thrilled that this is something that he's been able to do.
Well, we know where his priorities are.